generational curse is real. I don't know the Bible that you believe, me, I believe in the whole counsel of God. I'm an Old Testament and New Testament preacher. I didn't abandon one because God promised me blessing in the Old Testament. It is hypocrisy to them believe in the Old Testament promises and blessing, and then neglect it and say I'm now in the New Testament. It is in the Old Testament that God told me that 1,000 will fall at my right and 10,000 at my left. And I believe it. He said, though I walk through the shadow of I will fear no evil. He said, if I walk through the fire, he shall be with me. And you believe them and confess them. He said, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. You will believe it and confess it. You didn't say I'm a New Testament creation and leave that to David. You key yourself into that economy. Then how come suddenly you now wake up and say that is Old Testament? We are not arguing with you, just that every blessing that is in the Old Testament, you should also say is Old Testament. Are we together now? In the days of warfare, that's when you will know the beauty of Psalms. Are we together now? It is one thing to be arguing about doctrines and debating about doctrines. We are just talking. When life eats you, when warfare break out upon your life, then you will know who is David. When you pick his Psalms, then you will know the power that lies in his writings. Are we together now? There are times in your life that no any scriptures in the New Testament will make sense until when you come to the book of 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel, and you see how David was being chased by Saul, how he was moving from one cave to the another. There are times when you come to the book of 1 King, 2 King, then you now know and say, no, this is my life now. And there are times you come to the book of Esther and you now say, oh, I'm a young girl, but I think this is my life. So you can be in the New Testament. Every of those books are still new as far as God is concerned. Are we together now? Yes. The only thing that changes is agreement. Old Testament means old agreement of salvation, old agreement of redemption. How God, what makes it old is not really old, but it's just like it's the former. How men please God in a different dispensation before Christ. The way of acceptance, the way of pleasing God, what you need to do to be pleased by God, to be accepted by God. New Testament means now in the dispensation of Christ and after Christ, how we worship now, how we serve God now, what we do to be saved now. Before we kill ram, we kill dove, we kill this one, we apply the blood on our lintel. You remember in Goshen? That is Old Testament. But in New Testament now, we don't need any blood of any ram. Jesus' blood has been killed. Are we together now? You see that now? So what's changed is the method. What changes the method? And the new does not invalidate the old. The new did not come and say the old is now nonsense. No. Jesus, who is the originator of the new, was quoting the old. Have you not read that in the beginning he that created them male and female? That was in Old Testament. The devil came to Jesus and he said, if you are the Son of God, turn this bread to stone. He said, man shall not live by bread alone. That was in Old Testament. Even your Jesus became conquerors, became a triumphant, became a winner by depending on the strength of the books of Old Testament. May the Lord give you understanding.